Hello, hi, welcome to my channel or back to my channel. My name is Ashley and today's video is a podcast. I'm gonna do another podcast. I know I just did one as my last video, but it was a month ago and it's been a month since I filmed a video. I don't know about this for you guys, but for me, February this time around was insane. Like, actually insane. So right after I pretty much posted that video, I got the flu and I was out for 2 weeks, like a good chunk of 2 weeks. I was out. I couldn't do anything. I was so tired. I was so sick. I had this whole video idea planned of going to this yarn convention that we were having in my area, and I was really excited because it was our first time ever having one. I was just like really looking forward to it. I had made plans for that weekend to go, and I had like this whole video planned for that whole weekend, and I got the flu immediately before it started. So I wasn't able to go. I literally was laying in bed for at least one full week, and then for the next week I was in and out of bed. Then, immediately after that, we signed a new lease for a house to move into. And immediately after that, my boyfriend had his appendix taken out. So he couldn't do anything. We were moving. He couldn't lift anything. I was doing everything, like, in a reasonable sense. I was moving a lot of stuff. I was packing everything. I was still trying to keep him going and fed and everything, and so I just didn't have time to do anything else. This is our first week at our new place, and this might not stay the same background wise, but I have been so tired. I've just been going, and I haven't had a chance to just stop. It's still not over. I still have a lot more to do. We still have a lot of stuff going on this weekend. It's Friday currently. My partner's parents are coming into town to, one, bring us a bunch of furniture that they had like left over at their place, and also to help with anything maybe that we still need help with. There's just like a lot of stuff still left at our old place that we need to move. We have time to do that. We rent right now, we don't own, so we definitely have to like clean everything up before we leave so we can try to get money back on our deposits and everything. But anyways, we're in a new space and I'm really happy about it. It's a house. We typically have lived in apartments or townhomes, so this is the first time we're living in a house together, and so far it's been amazing. I have a huge office space and I'm really looking forward to decorating it and making it cute and making it my own, cozy, whatever. And yeah, I'm just really excited for this space and to see where it takes us and what we're gonna do with it. But that being said, I figured I would film a podcast episode since I haven't filmed anything in forever. I haven't been knitting a ton because of everything. I have been sick, and even though when you think you're sick, you're just gonna sit around and like do all your fun little hobbies, but I couldn't focus. I couldn't focus on anything. I was so tired that like thinking made my brain just feel like sludge. It was wild. It was a wild couple of weeks. Let's start with my only one finished project. I'm actually wearing them currently, but I'll take one off. I finished... Ooh, there's a hair on it. I finished my vanilla socks. They look really strange right now because I've been wearing them, but I finished both of them. That's the only thing I finished while I had the flu. It was the only task that I could work on, and even then I didn't even work on it that much. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I've washed it a couple times at this point. I've been wearing the heck out of them. I have been wearing them pretty much non-stop. I love them. I can't wait to make another pair. I do like this color. I wanted to get them done for Valentine's Day and I did, so that was cool. I have no complaints. Yeah, I'm really happy with them. I'm really happy with how they've turned out. The only problem is on this one, if you can see, I have a little thread coming out and that's probably because I just didn't properly weave in my ends. That one was probably the sock that I did when I had the flu and it just probably didn't get finished correctly, but that's okay. It's not falling apart and they're comfortable and they're warm. And like I said, I've washed them a couple times. I don't dry them. I just put them on like a hanger or something to dry. So that was my only finished project, a pair of socks, and I'm super happy with them. It's my first knitted garment, so that's fun. I really enjoyed making it. I'm itching to make more socks. I'm not making any more for myself currently, but I do have some more projects to show you. So I think my last update that I showed you guys with this, I don't think I had finished the body yet. I can't remember. It's been so long. But I have officially finished the body of my star sweater, I think is what it's called. It's looking a little frumpy right now, but it's just been like kind of laying in. I should have put it on a hanger or something to make it pretty, but yeah, it's done. It's just a ribbed bottom base, and I've started on a sleeve. I have, not gonna lie to you guys, the sleeve island hit me for sure. I did not and have not wanted to work on this. Sorry, I have to move this because my cat's gonna get it if I don't do something with it. I have not felt any motivation to work on that. Today I worked on it a teeny tiny bit before work, just kind of finishing. So for the sleeves you like decrease every like 8 rounds for the size I'm doing, and so I did one decrease round, so I did 8 rounds and then decreased, and I still have to do like a ton more of that. I am losing a little bit of steam on this one, but I really want to finish it. I'd love to finish it. I'm gonna really try to like focus in on finishing that. And I know I said I was only gonna have 2 projects throughout, and I'm keeping with that because I started on a second project, and that is, what is this? The Moonset tee. I have started on the Moonset tee. This is kind of how far I've gotten. I think this is just the upper back section. I'm not really sure. I think it's not engaged. I think it's wrong in a lot of ways, but even if it's huge, I don't care. I will say I'm not going to continue on this project at the moment. I think my final decision for projects is I want to have one bigger project, like one big, maybe a sweater, maybe a shirt, maybe, I don't know, something of that, like, you know, whatever. And then I want to have smaller projects, things that aren't so serious, things that I can work on very casually. Not that I can't work on a sweater casually, but just, you know, that's a big project, and sometimes I get a little overwhelmed whenever I'm not making the progress that I think I'm making. And so moving on to something a little bit smaller, a little bit more manageable in my brain makes me feel better. So instead of having 2 garments that I was going to start working on, I'm going to try to finish the sweater up. In the meantime, instead of working on the Moonset tee, I'm going to be working on a sock pattern. It's for my boyfriend. It's going to be knit up in this really pretty blue color that I got at a local yarn store kind of near me. I can put the details of that up on the screen, and I'll show you photos of anything that like I need to, and also I will link the links down below for where you can find these patterns, where maybe you can find the YouTube videos, whatever. This is called the Spruce socks. I found the pattern on Pinterest, but it was on Ravelry, and so I purchased it. I will say this sock has been giving me a lot of I've had to restart it a lot. I'm new at knitting, very beginner friendly here, like a beginner friendly pattern, but I want to advance. Oh, I thought I had to sneeze and it went away. Anyways, I want to advance. I want to learn different skills. I don't want to just knit, purl, and whatever. Anyways, I want to learn how to do other things, and so in that I'm learning how to make this sock. And so one, she doesn't say to use 2x2 ribbing on the sock top part, but I did that because I think it looks nice. So I have a 2x2 ribbing so far, and then I'm about to start on the like spruce part. I have the printout, but I can't show you it because it's in black and white and you're not going to be able to see it, but I'll pop like a photo up here of what I mean. So on it, it has like a couple spruce trees that are like the distinguishing feature of this sock, and I've already started on it before, and I just get really confused on patterns whenever they say certain things. So for this one, it said slip one stitch purlwise, and I was confused on if I'm supposed to move my yarn to the front or keep it in the back. It doesn't say, and so I had to look it up a lot, and I finally found somebody that says unless it's specified, just keep it in the back. So I had done that wrong. And then it has cables, not very many, but just a couple cables, and I've never done cables before, so this is like a learning curve, and I messed up on one of the cables. It was like you were supposed to put it in the front and I had put it in the back, and so there was just like a lot wrong, and then I ended up doing something completely wrong where I dropped like a stitch or I added a stitch. I don't know what I did, and I ended up just unraveling it. I was really frustrated, and I almost didn't continue making this sock because I'm just like really frustrated and unsure of what to do sometimes. This is why I like videos, but you can always look up a tutorial of kind of whatever they're asking for. So yeah, I'm gonna try to make them again and really look up stuff. I feel like I did quick searches, not really knowing what I was looking for, and yeah, we'll see what happens. If it doesn't work out for a second time, then I'll probably take a break, because maybe socks, small fingering weight yarn isn't the best place to start with certain patterns, certain cable patterns as well. I don't know. We're gonna try it again and see what happens, but if it doesn't work out, that's okay. Yeah, but these are for my boyfriend, so they're being knit in like a size large, I believe. The pattern has a couple different sizes, and I believe his is large. But yeah, I have nothing to show right now for that. I just restarted it yesterday, and I'm probably not gonna have much time to work on it this weekend. This is a realistic version of knitting for people who work full-time jobs and don't have all the time in the world to knit. I love knitting. I wish I could just sit and knit all day, but I cannot. I have to work. And then beyond that, like I said, this month was crazy for me, and so I don't even have any new knit plans for this upcoming month. March, I just want to finish my sweater. I'm not gonna even be able to wear it soon because it's already getting too warm here in the south. Definitely in the mornings and the evenings, like it's still really chilly, but I don't know how long it's gonna take me to make that or finish it up. And so I might not be able to wear it this year, or at least until fall. But I really would like to finish the socks this month. I think that would be... Okay, unfortunately my battery just died, and I have no idea where I was at, what I was saying right before my camera battery died. But yeah, I am not going to add anything to the docket right now for projects to do. I don't really know what I'm looking for in a project. I thought I wanted to make some kind of summery or spring top, and I still really would like to make that. I'm just having a hard time finding a pattern that really excites me, that also looks doable for me. If you have any beginner friendly garment patterns, please let me know. I'd love to see them. I don't want to just make an easy thing that's just like knitting in the round or whatever. I would like a little challenge, but I don't want it to be so challenging that I'm like lost the whole time. And especially having something that doesn't have a video correlated to it, it takes me even longer because I have to look it up multiple times to kind of see what I'm doing and if I'm doing it correctly, and if I'm not, then I'm gonna have to frog it, and that's frustrating because, you know, knitting, you can't just pull it out like you can with crochet. It's just been a crazy, exhausting month, and I hate that I have nothing to really show for it. But yeah, I guess I did make a lot of progress on my sweater. I'm pretty sure the last time I showed you it, it was like halfway done, and then one day I just like cranked out the rest of the body, and that's, I think, when I lost the motivation to finish the sleeves, because I was just like, I can't sit down and do this. But I'm gonna get that motivation back. I want to finish it. I really do. In this next month, that's kind of a goal, is try to finish my sweater and then try to finish the socks. And then for April, we'll see what happens. I would love to make maybe some tank tops or some really light flowy tops of some sort, like a t-shirt top, or even a sweater, but like with mohair or something, like very loose, very large needle size, I would assume, you know, whatever. Sad day in the US for Joanne fans. I'm a Joann's fan, and all of them are closing, so RIP Joann's. That's really upsetting. I have a gift card, and I heard that they're gonna stop taking gift cards like at the beginning of March, and it's like the 28th of February, so I don't think I'm gonna be using my gift card before tomorrow, so that's sad. Like, I just don't understand. And for people who love yarn, like, yes, it's a really cheap place to get yarn, but there's so many options of places to get yarn. Like, at the end of the day, Michaels does sell yarn, and even though a lot of people don't like Hobby Lobby, they do sell yarn that is cheap. So if you are a beginner, there is options for you out there. But for people who sew, we have no local fabric stores where I live. At least not, you know, just regular fabrics. We have industrial big fabric stores that you can reupholster a couch or something. I don't know. But we don't have anything like small with just cute little linen, cotton, blah, blah, blah. We don't have that. And so for people who do those things, they're now gonna have to figure it out. I just like feel bad for Joann's. And it sucks because they did have, I mean, how is Michael still going? I went into Joann's a lot, and I would always see people in my Joann's. Always lines. I mean, they were pretty slow, but I always saw people in there shopping. I never see people in my Michael's shopping. Like, I literally never see anyone in my Michael's. And we have two Michael's near me, and I don't see anybody in either of them. And one of them's in like a busier area. So how is Michael's still going and Joann's isn't? Like, these are two things that don't make sense. Hobby Lobby is its own different story. That place is always slam packed whenever I'm in there. That place is going nowhere, unfortunately. Like, I can't say anything. I shop there. Like, I go there and get yarn sometimes. I do like that a lot of their notions are really cheap. I know you can buy them off of Amazon, but if I'm already supporting one chain, why not just get it local to me to where I don't have to wait for it to ship? There's like a hair or something on my nose, and it's so frustrating. It's so itchy. But yeah, sad day for Joann's. I will miss it. I don't think I'm gonna go before it closes because I really don't need any yarn. Like, I don't know if you can see behind me, but I'm pretty, this whole top portion and bottom portion, and also scattered around, I have so much yarn. And I'm gonna start supporting my local yarn store a little bit more, and also when we go on vacation, going to other local yarn stores, because yeah, the yarn is a little bit more expensive. Not always that bad though. I go for the cheaper, nicer yarns. I think the sock yarn that I'm using for my boyfriend's socks was like $15, so not that bad. And then I actually have this right here, which is Plymouth Select, and it's a merino superwash, and it was $10. So, and yeah, it's not like a huge amount of yarn, but I mean, I can make something with this, you know? Like, I got two of them, so I could make something with it. I don't know. Anyways, have to get back to work. I'm kind of just filming this on a little break, but busy weekend ahead for me. I'm gonna try to start filming consistently. I know I said that in January, but give me some leeway. February was absolutely awful, and I'm hoping March is just a little bit better, just a little bit better, and it's gonna start getting warm out, so it's gonna be nicer to go and do stuff outside. I want to go on many picnics this summer time / springtime. Oh, I'll also tell you, I finished a book. I finished a book called Worry. I'll pop it up right here. I don't think I'd suggest it to anyone. If you like it, let me know in the comments. I'd love to know your opinion on it. I just thought that it was like a little too relevant, and I don't know, it didn't feel like it had any like substance. It didn't feel like there was anything to it that was like groundbreaking, and it doesn't have to be a groundbreaking story. I'm not looking for like something life-changing, but I do feel like nothing came of it. The story just kind of ended. It didn't really have a plot. It didn't really feel like anything was going on. It was just about this like two sisters who live together in New York who are like arguing about everything, and this one sister who just like is she's the main character. She's like just scrolling on her Instagram all the time, and she is just complaining about how awful life is and how lonely she feels, but she's not putting any effort into not feeling lonely. And then she has this really sick job where she's able to live in New York by herself, but she doesn't like that job, so she leaves it for a job making horoscopes, and then she doesn't like that job either, and she makes even more money at this job, and like it just felt really out of touch and really boring. I don't know, I just wasn't a huge fan of it. And I was looking forward to reading it. I was really looking forward to it, but I wouldn't suggest it. I think I gave it a 2 out of 5 on my Goodreads. I'm still reading, I don't know if I think I mentioned this maybe in the first podcast, but I was reading A Little Life. I'm still reading that. It's gonna be a minute before I finish that book because it's pretty long, and also it's heavy, and so sometimes I'm just not in the mood to read such a heavy book. I'm more than halfway done. I'd probably say 65 to 70% of the way done, so I still have a good chunk left, but not too much. I couldn't sleep the other night, and so I was like, I'm just gonna read my book. And it's on my Kindle, so I can just read it at night and not disturb my partner. But I was like reading it in bed, and it was at this really intense part, like really intense part. Two things happened that's like super crazy, so intense, and I was reading that at like 3 in the morning when I couldn't sleep. And so I had to put it away and I play solitaire a lot on my phone, and I had to put my book down and just play solitaire because I literally was like invested but also like horrified of what was happening. And so it was just like a little too intense for 3 a.m. when I'm not able to sleep. I'm still making my way through it. It is a lot. I wouldn't say it's like what people make it out to be. I'm not crying every other chapter. I don't know, maybe because I know I've lived through some trauma and not as intense as in that book for sure, but maybe that's like desensitizing me a little bit to some of the stuff he's maybe going through. Not that I don't feel sorry for the main character and feel super sad for the main person, but I'm not bawling my eyes out every 5 seconds. I think that's an over-exaggeration on other people's parts, but I don't know. Maybe people get really emotional about it, and I'm a super emotional person. I cry about everything, and this book has only made me tear up, not even bawl, but just like a little wisp of a tear, like once. Not saying this book is not sad. It is sad. It is traumatic. It has a lot of stuff in it that's like hardcore. Like if a therapist heard this, they would be like, holy cow, you're messed up. But it's not making me want to cry. Like I've seen the videos of people on social media when it was like popping off. People were like posting videos of them crying. Like every other chapter. And I talked to a friend and she feels the same way, where it's like maybe because we're already expecting it to be sad, we're like a little desensitized from that. But she said the last couple chapters like really got her, so we'll see what happens. I'm hoping to finish that up also in March. Got a lot of goals for March. I have a lot of I haven't worked out in a month, so I'm definitely gonna get back into my workout routine. I am going back into eating a little bit healthier. Because we were moving, like we just haven't been grocery shopping, so we haven't been eating the best, and we've been very stagnant on like not working out. He can't work out right now. I just now am able to like feel like I can work out again, so getting back into my routine in March. March is like hopefully a little bit of a revamp of our lives to get back into our regularly scheduled program. But that being said, I showed you everything I've made. I showed you what I'm making. I am sorry it's not extravagant and I haven't finished a lot and I'm not starting more WIPS. I can't do too much at once and I don't have the time to do too many things at once, and if I have too many projects, I'm gonna be overwhelmed and not finish any of them. So this is where I am. This is what you get. Thanks for being here. If you are here, I really appreciate it. My last video did really well and I got a lot of new subscribers, so thank you so much for being here. If you are, I so much appreciate it. It's insane how cool this little thing is, this little side project, little side hobby has been, and I really want to film more things for you guys. And since it's getting nicer outside, I think more things are going to be coming up and not just like home content, so hoping to film some stuff for you guys. But I'm not going to put too much pressure on myself because last month was, or this past, February was so awful. I can't even focus on, I just need to be moving ahead. That's like the goal right now. It's just move ahead, move along, chug along, and see what happens in the next couple of months. But like I said, thank you for being here. If you are watching this video and you made it this far, make sure to give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. If you want to keep up with my content and keep up with my podcast episodes and see what I'm making, then subscribe. What's the harm in it? It's free. Follow me on Instagram if you feel like it. I always list it in my description box down below. I will say I am on a time limit for my Instagram, so I'm not posting there too often, but when I am, I think it's good stuff. It's good content, good stuff to look at. And yeah, leave a comment below telling me, what are you looking forward to for March? What is something super exciting coming up? Not even exciting, just something that you're looking forward to in the next month, whether it be warmer weather or a project you're about to start on, or I don't know, anything. Let me know. I'm looking forward to warmer weather approaching, being able to wear a t-shirt outside and not have to. I love sweaters and everything, but I just am looking forward to sun touching my skin again and not feeling like I'm freezing all the time. But yeah, thanks so much for being here, guys. Literally so appreciative of you, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.